I am extremely tolerant when it comes to isekais. I love isekais. I watch a lot of isekais, and I typically enjoy them. But even still, despite that, I can question why every single season we seem to have at least one bog standard, by the check marks isekai that just makes you wonder, who's even watching this? Die from Truck-kun or Poke-poke. Reborn to important parents. Blessed by the gods or OP skills. Get trained under a hot tutor. Catch the attention of important people. Have the Sugoi crowds. Always gotta have the Sugoi crowds. Defeat a dragon very quickly. Able to craft world-changing items. Sometimes have an overly doting sister. Gotta have that siscon crowd. Gotta have it. And typically get engaged somehow to a princess or some holy figure. Those shows that really make you go, did I watch this already? Why are they readapting this? And that's really how I felt getting into the Aristocrat's Otherworldly adventure, Serving Gods Who'd Go Too Far. A series that I'm honestly just craving, what are you gonna do different? And there seems to be hints at one thing that could be actually good if it actually gets to it. But this is my first impressions of the Aristocrat's Otherworldly adventure, a series that is airing in the spring 2023 anime season. I watch it, so you don't have to. Let's get into it. I'm at the segment of my video where I typically give a synopsis, and I'm like, why bother? But no, the Aristocrat's Otherworldly adventure opens up with a guy who's going to a convenience store, and then these two girls in kimonos come running out of the store. A couple other people are screaming and running out, and then suddenly this random guy with a knife just pops out of the store, and he apparently really hates these two girls. So he's gonna go stab them, because I can't think of anything better to do than to take out a bunch of cute girls in kimonos. I don't know what they did, if they insulted his mom, or if they spilt their cola on him. Who knows? Maybe they cut in line. Those dang cute girls in cutting lines. But anyways, our main character's like, dang, we need to run. He goes to run, and then he realizes the girls, I don't know, maybe they broke an ankle or something. Girls can't stand up. They're scared. They're cute girls. They can't run. So he has to step out in front between the two of them. Guy comes charging, taking like 5 minutes to get to him before he realizes that the main character got between them and is shocked to find the character teleported between them. And yeah, the main character's not doing too good after that. Well, the main character, he's croaking, and these two girls are all like, oh my gosh, oh no, don't die. They're not running still, but they got up. Their ankles are better at least. The stabber dude just takes off because apparently that's all he wanted to do was just stab the cute girls, and then when he stabbed the other guy, he's like, crap, I failed at stabbing the cute girls. I'm taking a long time to explain that he wakes up in a new world inside the body of a kid named Kine Silford. And being in a very rich and very refined noble family, he looks over to find this gigantic mirror that shows him that, who the heck is this dude in the mirror? His big concern is the boy. He doesn't care about the lady or the maid. He's like, who's this guy? Well, after panicking, he obviously realized I've been reborn in another world, and this is a world of fantasy and magic, and he gets to learn about all this stuff, and he thinks it's super cool. He gets to learn magic. He's super excited. He's obviously done, like in your tip. That should have been another checkpoint. Have to acknowledge I am in another world like my light novels and mangas. Yes, he has an overly doting sister, mother, a really hot maid that teaches him a lot of stuff. Now, interesting in this world is when somebody reaches the age of 5, they become baptized, and that's when they kind of realize what their potentials are, because then they'll get their blessing from the gods. And yes, typically you might get one blessing with a level of 1. But because our main character isn't the main character of a generic isekai, he gets the blessing from every single god and goddess. And not only that, but the max level is 5, he gets 10 in everything. And additionally a skill so that he can hide his stats. Because yes, apparently in this world, it's perfectly natural to go status, and your screen comes up in front of somebody, and you're able to show them what your skills are. Which was kind of funny because the sister has a title of daughter of Cain, so there, you apparently get skills if you're a siscon in this world. And that's perfectly natural. Perfectly natural. And while he did hide the fact that he has 10 in everything, he didn't hide everything, still freaks out his parents, his mana capacity's off the charts, because he's an OP main character. He eventually gets the 2 hot tutors, which take care of him for a little while. He makes some world-changing national treasure type boxes to give to them. And he goes traveling with his father at some point, which he just so happens to come across a carriage being attacked by a bunch of monsters, and he saves them, which come to find out the carriage is full of the princess, and I think a daughter of a very important baron. This gets him an audience with the king himself, which the king bestows upon him the status of baron and says, hey, marry these 2 girls, because why not? He's very important and OP. Gotta keep him in the kingdom. And that's pretty much where we sit currently with the 3rd episode of the Aristocrat's Otherworldly adventure. There you go. My thoughts on this series so far. Very generic, and I have yet to see anything that it's doing that is going to impress me in any way, shape, or form. It is just pretty much OP main character, excited about Otherworld, has massive connections, everybody says Sugoi every 2 seconds. I think that's the only part, that's my trigger point. It's like, I don't mind this stuff, but I hate the Sugoi crowds. I absolutely despise the Sugoi crowds. That's why I could not stand to finish watching The Wise Man's Grandchild. Was it Wise Man's Grandchild? Something like that. These shows where it's just pretty much half of the show is just they blow up something and then there's somebody nearby going, holy crap, that's amazing. That type of show. But yes, like I mentioned in the opening, I usually try to look for that one thing that the show does. Yes, sometimes it's a waifu. Just give me a waifu character that I really like. This one doesn't have it. All these characters are just obsessed with Cain. They have no character to them whatsoever. They're obsessed with him. The princess and the other daughter just want so badly to sleep with him after he killed a bunch of bears. Because naturally, girls, the moment you save them from bears, they want to give up their everything to you. Their first time, their marriage, they want to live with you forever. They don't even know if Cain is like abusive or something. They're just like, I got to get with this guy. Shoot, even the sister is apparently okay with it, which again, go for it. Now there was something. There was like this little nugget of like, there might be something here. And that was unfortunately just in the OP. The OP gives us an indication, unless there's some other character that's similar to him, which is possible. There's a character in the OP which sort of hints the idea that this might be a full life scenario. When he first gets reincarnated, he's like very young. They were supposed to block his memories, but when he reached like age of 2 or something like that, he regained his memories. It quickly jumps to age of 5, that's when he gets his baptism, and then it jumps up again. Now, the interesting thing is that the OP indicates that he might actually get to like being adulthood, and even further than that. Now again, I don't know if that might be a different character. It's got the same hairstyle and everything. So it sort of indicates that we might actually get a full lifespan here. There's a lot of emphasis from the god himself where he says that, yes, we had to give him OP abilities because he's got some really crazy stuff coming up and he's the only one that's going to be able to handle it. So he kind of wants to give him more, even more than just going over capacity. Now the question mark is that hinting and the OP hinting at something that's beyond the anime adaptation, or is this going to be a really quick lifespan? It could be interesting in that regard, because typically with these isekais that are going by these check marks, we just get them when they're like 10, maybe 12, and that's it. And that's it. That's literally all the show is doing that I have not seen somewhere else, and that's the biggest unfortunate thing. I can't even get into the mood of the characters themselves. I mean, Kain himself is okay. He's not like an annoying, obnoxious main character. He doesn't have anything about him that frustrates me. He's excited about being in this other world. I typically like the character that, you know, the fantasy type of character, like the Skeleton Knight in Another World. I like the characters that just... They love the fact that they're there. They're like, okay, cool, magic, that's amazing, let's do it. I just want to do all these things that a viewer or a reader of an isekai would be thinking. I just want to do this. Cool, magic, I want to find it and do it. And that's sort of infectious in a way, but the problem is, and that's typically what I find in these types of shows, is every other character just has nothing to them. And unfortunately, that is always the side effect of these types of shows that feel like they're just hitting the bullet points. It's like a publisher's like, guys, isekai's big. Just copy this one right here. And they go, okay, copying it. They're never wrote by people that know how to write characters. So everybody besides the main character just feels like they're there to just say Sugoi. His father has nothing to him. His mother has nothing to him. His sister is there for the siscon element, to just say, I love Kain. His two tutors were there just to say, Sugoi, I can't train you anything. kiss by. The princess and the baron's daughter are there to just have that fantasy of you getting the princess, and that all they care about is Kine. None of these characters have driving force. None of them have any dialogue, but besides Sugoi Kine, where did Kine go? Kine, let's go. They have no lives, they have no driving force, they have no purpose but Kine. And that unfortunately is why, despite it being just a fantasy fulfillment, chill, watch them blow up stuff, it never works for me. Because I need somebody else in the show that I give a crap about, besides just the main character being OP and blowing up stuff. It always ends up coming down to me telling people, if you're looking for a show where you literally turn off your brain and enjoy it, go. But if you're looking for any substance whatsoever, don't touch it. It's shows like this that remind me that so many copy some of the best isekais, but never copy what made them great. Only what makes it simple to write. And that's the biggest unfortunate thing. It's a waste of paper, it's a waste of animators. I'm getting really mean now. I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop. Visually, it's got a unique style to it. I don't necessarily care for Kine's art style, his design. It moves, and that's about all I can give it. It had a laugh here and there. I think the whole thing with the sister and the skills and the title saying that she's a daughter of Kine was kind of funny, but there's not much here humor-wise either. But if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, watch it. That's perfectly fine. I don't bash anybody for enjoying the show. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. I'm all for things that I don't enjoy, other people loving, because that's where it comes down to. People enjoying what they watch. Just unfortunately for me, not working. But I hope you guys enjoy this video either way. Hopefully I made it entertaining, more entertaining than the show itself. But I hope you guys enjoy this video as always. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what you think of this series. Are you enjoying it? Let me know. Let other people know that see the comment. Additionally, if you're new to this channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. I do first impressions of all the shows of the season, even if they're box standard. Additionally, if you like my content and you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, a tips link, super thanks, and a membership button down below. I greatly appreciate everybody that supports the channel. You guys mean so much to me. And until the next time, y'all take care. I almost said Mashoko Monday. Until the next Mashoko Monday, y'all take care.